Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about something really powerful, personal authority. You know, that quiet confidence that gets you respect without you ever having to ask for it.
Have you ever wondered about that? You know the type. They walk into a room and people just listen. It's not because they're the loudest or have some fancy title. They just have this kind of gravity, this earned influence. So how do they do that? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today.
Okay, so let's get one thing straight. This isn't about your job title or some promotion you got. Personal authority is something you build. It's the respect you get from people based on your actions and your character, day in and day out. And you know what? That's why it's so much more powerful. It's earned.
All right, here's how we're going to tackle this. We've broken it all down into 3 key pillars. First, we'll build your foundation from the inside out. Then, we'll talk about how you show it through your actions. And finally, how you use it when you're dealing with other people. Simple, right? Let's get into it. First up, Pillar 1, building your integrity core. Seriously, think of this like the concrete foundation of a huge skyscraper. If that foundation is shaky, the whole thing is eventually coming down. This is all about who you are, especially when you think nobody's watching. You know, this is so simple, but it's everything. Forget all the complicated hacks and strategies for a minute. The fastest, most direct way to get respect, just be reliable. It's that simple. Do what you say you're going to do. That's where all trust starts, period.
So how do you do that? Well, it boils down to these 4 things. First, keep your word. It shows you mean business. Second, tell the truth, or just stay quiet, because those little white lies, they destroy trust. Third, own your mistakes, out loud. This is a game changer for your credibility. And finally, keep secrets. Being discreet makes people respect you like crazy. It all comes down to one thing, really, making sure your words and your actions are always in sync.
And this is so important. A lot of us think we have to seem perfect, but that actually backfires. It makes you look weak, fragile even. But saying, hey, I messed up, that's not weakness. That is pure strength. It sends this huge signal that you care more about the truth than your own ego. And man, does that build trust fast. All right, so you've got this solid core of integrity. Great, but that's just step 1. Now we move to pillar 2, signal through action. Because, you know, it's not enough to be a certain way. People have to see it. Every single thing you do is sending a message. And here's a perfect example. Being on time. Seems so small, right? But the signal it sends is massive. It's a silent way of saying, your time matters to me. But being late all the time? Well, that sends a very different message, doesn't it? It says, my time is more important than yours. And it says it loud and clear.
Now, this little 2-step formula, it's like a secret weapon for building an amazing reputation. It's not about tricking anyone. It's just under-promise and over-deliver. Set realistic expectations and then beat them. Every time you do that, you create this little moment of positive surprise, and that stuff adds up fast.
And here are a few more actions that speak volumes. How you dress. It shows you respect the occasion. How prepared you are. It screams competence. Offering value before you ask for anything. That shows you're a giver, not just a taker. These are all just quiet examples of leadership. They're all signals of the respect you have for yourself and for others. Okay, on to our final pillar. Pillar 3, master your interactions. This is where it all comes together. You've got the integrity core, you're sending the right signals with your actions. Now, how do you handle yourself around other people? This is the art of social intelligence. And let's start with a golden rule. It is so simple. Praise in public, correct in private. I mean, this is non-negotiable. Praising someone publicly builds them up. Correcting them publicly just humiliates them. And nobody, I mean nobody respects a person who makes them feel small. Want a super simple way to show you're really listening? Just do this one thing. When you think the conversation is over, just ask one more question. It's such a powerful signal that you're not just waiting to talk, you're actually trying to understand. It's a small thing that makes a huge difference.
Okay, this one is huge. When things get tense, when people start disagreeing, the person who stays cool is the person who holds all the power. It's not about yelling the loudest or having the last word. It's about emotional control. The person who can stay calm and respond thoughtfully, well, that's the person everyone else in the room will look to for leadership. Remember that. Poise is power.
And these are the skills that really separate the good from the great. Give credit away. It shows you're confident, not insecure. Learn to say no without being a jerk. It shows you respect yourself. Hold relaxed eye contact. It shows you're comfortable in your own skin. And ask for feedback and actually listen to it. That shows you're always trying to get better. This is the stuff that gives you real presence. So, let's bring this all home with maybe the most important takeaway of all. This stuff, it's not a personality trait. You're not born with it. Personal authority is a skill. It's something you build one small action at a time. And that means anyone, and I mean anyone, can develop it.
So let's recap the whole thing. It's those 3 pillars, right? It all starts with your integrity core, being reliable and truthful. Then you have your signals of action, being prepared, being respectful. And finally, you have your mastery of interaction, just being a thoughtful communicator. Get those 3 working together, and you're gold.
Look, your authority isn't built overnight, but it is built every single day. So my question for you is this: which one of these rules are you going to practice tomorrow? Just pick one, because building your personal authority starts right now with your very next choice.